Tony Stewart won the 2002 championship by 38 points over Mark Martin. Right now he leads by just 30 points over Carl Edwards. And here's how the story is shaping up. Mears leads, Mark Martin runs second. Carl Edwards, second in the standings right now, runs third. Tony Stewart runs 15th, but behind him a pack that includes guys like Jamie McMurray, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Dale Jarrett. And if that pack was to catch and pass Tony, it could be an issue.
And Stewart's only about a half a straightaway, three-quarter straightaway from being lapped. He's got the 41 of Mears in his mirror.
On board with Dale Earnhardt Jr., who is one lap down in 17th position.
Right.
Casey Mears has just passed him. And the 42 of McMurray. 88 of Dale Jarrett. Also the 7 car of Robbie Gordon.
Now there's Stewart. He's coming to the start-finish line now.
And Casey Mears at the start-finish line now.
So Mears can see Stewart on the straightaways. And when he looks in the mirror, Stewart can see Mears.
There you see is Tony Stewart is 28.39 seconds behind Casey Mears.
And they're turning about 32-second laps.
Which means Mears is only about 4 seconds.
Casey Mears.
The surprise in the late stages of this race, Carl Edwards has not been able to advance his position. 3.5 seconds behind race leader Casey Mears. An update on Mark from Matt.
Pat Tricenville keeps giving Mark the difference between himself and the leader, and also keeps coaching him, keeps trying to pump him up. Mark responded by saying, I'm not getting through the lap cars as well as he is. They're holding me up a little bit. Snyder?
Well, Matt, the thought on Carl Edwards, following up on what Bill was saying, is that they just really have not kept up enough with a changing racetrack. A little bit tighter now than it has been earlier. They also think they made some contact earlier with Joe Nemechek. They didn't see a whole lot of damage on the left side. They did pull out a little bit of left side damage when they made some contact with Nemechek earlier on the last pit stop, and that also may be affecting the handling of the race car. Well, you can see a big wheel mark right there behind his left front wheel. So he did bounce off of somebody.
Doesn't take much body damage to upset the handling of these race cars.
But the 99 car has clinched the most laps led, so he will get those 5 bonus points. He is going to pick up 10 bonus points that Tony Stewart will not get.
See the wheel mark right there in front of the 99. Shouldn't really affect anything there, though.
If that had been in front of the left front tire, that would have been big problems.
Tony Stewart, the last car on the lead lap. Right now, if Tony finishes 25th or better, he will win the championship based on Edwards currently running third. Stewart, the last car on the lead lap, in the 15th position.
So all Tony's got to do is keep this thing together for the next 18, 19 laps, and he will be home free.
5 wins this season in a 7-race stretch. Late June, July, into early August. You not only couldn't beat him, you couldn't get close to him. Drives for Joe Gibbs Racing. Trying to get his 2nd series championship. Alan?
Well, Bill, Joe Gibbs Racing, obviously its founder and namesake is the famous football coach. That is J.D. Gibbs. Caution flag is out. We'll come back to that story.
Because this could change a lot of things. Certainly it protects Tony on the lead lap. He was 29.5 seconds behind Mears. Only about 2 seconds away from getting lapped. 16 to go.
Now then, crew chief, you stop, you change 2 right side tires. Tires look to be very, very important. I can't imagine that some of these cars will not stop. Only 15 cars on the lead lap.
The
Let's
caution.
do 4. We got a good pit stall. Let's do 4.
That's going to,
yeah.
Just want to get in. The caution is for debris in turns 3 and 4. Now the day is gone for the 4 guys that came in still eligible for the Nextel Cup. 25th or better now for Stewart to win it based on Carl Edwards finishing 3rd. Jimmy Johnson is out of the race. He crashed out.
Had a right rear tire go flat on him. He backed her in the fence in turn 3.
Well, sure wouldn't want to be sitting in first spot right now.
Well, here's the thing. There are a lot of guys in this race that have nothing to lose.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be people coming in, but when you're the leader,
You guys are so good on left side. We got a good pit stall.
sometimes
I think we
whatever
can
you
do
do, everybody's going to do the opposite.
And when they restart this race with just a few laps to go, I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't another caution flag.
This race has been run at a record pace with 15 to go.
That's what they keep inserting in those springs. That's a spring rubber that they keep inserting to change the handling characteristics of these race cars. Obviously, one of them fell out. Well, so far, looks like most everyone has decided to come on the pit road.
The question's going to be some of these guys in the back, if they take just 2 tires.
Yeah.
Did Tony Stewart stay out?
But Ryan Newman, and we know how good he is on these short runs, he is back on the lead lap.
Matt Yoakum.
And Greg Biffle comes to a stop, talking about a 2-tire change for the 16 as well as his teammate, the 6 of Martin. Lug nuts are on. Both are away. Allen.
And Casey Mears going to get right side tires only. Long debate whether to pit or to stay out. You're always the one having to make the tough decision as the leader. Marty.
Alan, just like he promised at Texas, Carl Edwards told his guys, listen, if you get me out in the top 5, I will win this race, but I need 4 tires. Car a little too tight for Carl, and they will not be in the top 5 after this stop, guys.
No, I want everybody takes 2. But he's going to have an awfully fast race car for 10 laps.
Tony Stewart
What we got?
did not pit, Alan.
Call we made.
Yeah, I think, Bill, and it'll be a minute until I get done with this pit stop before I can get to Greg Zipadelli to confirm it, but I believe they might have stayed out just to avoid traffic and possibly getting run into on pit road. They were almost at the end of the lead lap anyway. They can come get their 4 tires here and be right about where they were.
Hey, Alan.
Yep.
How about staying out to lead a lap and get 5 bonus points?
He might have done that too, BP, but did he lead the lap?
No. Well,
Wait, BP, just traffic on their radio now. Do we stay out for 5 bonus points or not? And they're trying to calculate who else stayed out in front of them that would keep them from getting those points. And they've decided there are too many cars that did not pit, so they're going to come and get their tires here.
okay.
So Tony Stewart comes to pit road for the final time.
He probably did not lead that lap because he was so far behind. Some of the leaders crossed the start-finish line on pit road, kept him from those 5 bonus points.
Casey Mears actually led the lap.
Okay.
He was the race leader when the caution came out and held that lead across the line when he came to his pit stall. Alan?
Well, Bill, they were just talking about the fact that after about 18 laps on a set of tires is when their times start to fall off compared to those they've been racing with. So with the amount of laps left in this race, they think they'll be in decent shape here to run a good pace through the finish and get accomplished what they're trying to, which is a championship.
All that stuff, I think, is just excellent strategy.
Not sure, yeah, well, I'm not sure what, I mean, there's more cars a lap or more down.
Right.
So the pit lane is busier now than it was if you were to come in with the leaders.
16 cars on the lead lap. Carl Edwards taking 4 tires, now scored in the 12th position. So he goes from 3rd to 12th.
Obviously, wrong decision. But they didn't have that information like I do.
Is it, well, I don't know if it's wrong or not.
I don't think he can get to the front. Actually, he's running about 11th. Dave Blaney did not stop, so He might be able to get back to the top 5, but I doubt very seriously that he can get back.
5 cars right now. The 16 is in second place. We're back in third. 10-4. We'll get 5 of them. Don't you worry. Just tell me how many laps are left every lap.
Carl wants to know exactly where he is.
It sure would help the FBT if it was a single file restart for Carl, but now that he's back where he's at, he's deep in the field with traffic all over the place.
And traffic on restarts can sometimes equate to trouble.
Yeah, especially when you're on 4 fresh tires, you're going to feel like Superman here, and you start making some moves that might get you in trouble.
So the field has gotten the 1 to go signal.
What they were talking about, Greg Biffle, the fact that he is up front in 4th position, Carl Edwards is back in 12th. Biffle now is 2nd in the points, 13 points ahead of Carl Edwards.
So he was talking about how many cars he would need to pass to pick up enough points to get past Biffle in the championship standings.
So he needs to pass 4 cars.
Marty?
Well, let's talk about the decision with Bob Osborne. It worked for you at Texas, but 4 tires may not work tonight, Bob.
It may not, but it's our bread and butter. We're always better on 4 tires. 2 tires haven't worked for us in the past in a lot of situations. More comfortable with this, but you're right, it might not win the race for us.
And Carl said, I need these 4 tires. Car just not handling good enough right now on 2.
Thanks, Marty.
And Stewart's got all this happening in front of him. He does not want to see this restart right at this particular point of the race.
15th in the running order, but that basically equals the 30th position in this restarting formation.